Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the official launch of the Natural Assets Action Plan that was completed by Ulster Wildlife in collaboration with our environmental team here at Mannok. It's wonderful to see so many of you here this evening, local politicians and community partners. We look forward to sharing the details of this comprehensive, forward-thinking biodiversity report. And the report has taken over 12 months to complete. It covers all of Mannok's land assets, nearly 2,000 acres and 47 different sites, both north and south of the border. The aim of the report is to measure and record the environmental status and biodiversity of all of our land assets holdings. It also aims to provide us with a roadmap for the conservation, restoration and enhancement of every area of land that we own to help us achieve our ambitious sustainability targets. And now I would like to welcome our CEO, Liam McCaffrey.
Thanks, Paul. Look, I'd like to welcome everybody here today. It's an important evening for us. I promise not to keep you very long. Mannok is now a leading supplier of building products and packaging solutions to the Irish and UK markets. We operate mainly from this base on the Fermanagh border, and we currently employ 830 staff. So what we feel we've done is achieve economic stability in the business, but we recognise that through sustainability means more than just economics and jobs. It means doing everything we can to protect and enhance the assets that we're just the current custodians of. And that includes the continuing education of the next generation of employees and management, and nurturing our shared biodiversity and natural assets over the longer term.
For over 30 years, we've worked with organisations across the province to try and encourage and support them to be responsible towards their people in terms of the current and future workforce, the planet and the places in which they operate, communities in which they operate. And we see our role to try and to support, but also to challenge those organisations to do what they can in those three areas of people, planet and place. But it takes a brave organisation to step up and do some of the tough things it means to be a responsible and sustainable business. And that's what I have to really commend Mannok for doing with this piece of work, but also their whole approach to sustainability. There's no-go areas whenever it comes to them discussing what it means to be a sustainable and responsible business. And the fact that they came to us and said, we want to be put through this business and biodiversity charter, we want to be held to account for what it means to be responsible in this area, is testament to what I think is their commitment to this sustainability agenda over the next 10, 20 years. And I really think the team have to be applauded for that. And it's so refreshing for me to work with an organisation that takes that type of approach to sustainability.
In one of our first meetings, we were talking and using the term wasteland, and Mannok was saying that some of the areas that you have, 470 odd hectares, 2,000 acres or so, was maybe seen as wasteland. It was land that had fulfilled its purpose to the organisation, and there it was sitting there in land terriers. And we were able to talk and work with you and help you realise that maybe some of those areas are very, very important areas. They in themselves have their own interests for biodiversity and for sustainability and for carbon sequestration, and open the eyes that we're able to share with you that these are actually assets rather than waste and wasteland. And so that's where we came about it. We decided to call it a Natural Assets Action Plan, and we're going to give a report. And the site objectives are very important. So first of all, it's to increase awareness and understanding of biodiversity among staff, customers, local community, to manage and create and maintain the habitats and improve monitoring, measuring and reporting the biodiversity, and to improve the environment, recording information internal and external to inform business operations and assess natural assets including carbon stores and maximise the natural capacity of the company landholdings to capture carbon.
It's important that, more important than ever, that we retain as much carbon as we can in our systems. But as we know, we're getting overloading of our systems, therefore it's really important that we look at storing as much of that carbon in the soil as possible. So Carbon storage in soil is really just the balance between the input of the organic materials that we have and at the rate that they're lost. And it's really, I mean, people have known it for a long time, but peat is our most important store of carbon because it pretty well permanently stores carbon for a long time. We in Ireland having over the whole island, over a quarter of our land area is peat, which is very high organic matter soil, which is storing a lot of this soil organic matter. Unfortunately, on the Mannok holdings, you have a lot of peat, and that's one of your key carbon stocks.
You have on one of your sites up at say Rushen and Doon, I think you've marsh fritillary butterflies, European protected species, a rare species, and it likes the wildflowers and lives on the wildflowers that grow in those areas. And so it's something that I think the company is proud of and should be proud of, and is working to ensure that the habitats are retained. But the very fact that you're aware that they're there is showing that the level of importance and consideration that you're giving to the environment around you and the way in which you plan to ensure that they're protected. Your company has been very ambitious and very forward-looking, and a 25-year mission statement has come out from the plan, and I think it's a wonderful vision and statement, and we look forward to working with you.
It's not a report to be published and to sit on a shelf. It's a very valuable number of very good recommendations in it on what we can practically do over the next 3 to 5 years and beyond to continue to enhance and restore our land assets. We're very much committed to delivering on this, and we will commit resources, time, people and finance to implement the recommendations, and we hope we'll have all of your support as we move forward on this.
We in Northern Ireland, like all nations, face challenges such as climate change. It is now well recognised that nature and climate go hand in hand. Healthy biodiversity plays a key role in regulating climate, reducing GHG emissions, sequestering carbon, reducing flooding risk and building climate resilience. I'm pleased to commend Mannok on their vision and joint working with Ulster Wildlife on a joint project to develop a natural asset action and deliver biodiversity improvement land within Mannok's holdings, which can help demonstrate what these initiatives in green growth can mean on the ground.